Murder in the Courthouse 1982. In 1982, a brutal act of violence shattered the sanctity of a place meant to uphold justice. A courthouse, supposedly one of the safest public institutions, became the scene of a cold-blooded murder. This is the story of a crime that not only stunned a community but also exposed deep flaws in our legal system. The murder took place inside the Fayette County Courthouse in Texas, on August 29, 1982. The victim was District Attorney Tom O'Connell, a well-respected prosecutor with a reputation for taking on tough cases. That summer, he was working on a high-profile drug trafficking case, believed to involve powerful local figures. That morning, as court was about to begin, O'Connell entered his office like any other day. Moments later, gunshots echoed through the halls. When deputies arrived, they found O'Connell fatally shot, slumped behind his desk. There was no sign of forced entry, suggesting the killer either had a key or had been let in, perhaps by O'Connell himself. Shock rippled through the courthouse. A murder within the very institution dedicated to upholding the law was almost unthinkable. Investigators began piecing together what had happened. Suspicion quickly turned toward individuals involved in the drug case O'Connell had been prosecuting. He had reportedly received threats in the weeks leading up to the attack, but had dismissed them as intimidation tactics. The investigation uncovered a tangled web of corruption. Several individuals tied to the drug operation had connections to public officials and law enforcement. O'Connell's murder wasn't just a personal attack, it was a message. Someone wanted to silence him and stop the case in its tracks. Over the following months, the case grew more complex. Whistleblowers came forward, implicating a small network of individuals who had conspired to eliminate the district attorney. However, despite multiple leads and public pressure, it took years before any meaningful legal action was taken. Eventually, authorities arrested and charged a man named Raymond Scott, a former informant with deep ties to the criminal network under investigation. He had previously cooperated with law enforcement, but at some point, he turned. Witnesses alleged he had been paid to carry out the hit on O'Connell to derail the prosecution. After a lengthy trial, Scott was convicted, but many still believe he was just a pawn in a much larger game. To this day, questions remain about who really ordered the hit, and how deep the corruption went. For some, justice was only partially served. The murder of Tom O'Connell marked a dark chapter in Texas legal history. It served as a grim reminder that even those who fight for justice can become targets. His death sparked reforms in courthouse security across the state and led to broader discussions about the protection of public officials involved in high-risk prosecutions. Though the courthouse has since been renovated and returned to normal operation, the memory of that tragic day lingers in the minds of those who remember. For the people of Fayette County, 1982 is remembered not just as a year of tragedy, but as a turning point in the fight against organized crime and corruption in the justice system. If you found this story compelling, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more true crime cases like this. And as always, stay curious, stay cautious, and stay safe.